Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I'm Unman Bhattacharya. Coming up in the next hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaks with President Biden. PM briefs President Biden on his recent visit to Ukraine, expresses India's full support for early return of peace and stability. Russia launches most intense retaliatory attack on Ukraine in weeks with more than 200 missiles and drones. Power, water supply and train services disrupted in Kyiv. Over 60 people killed by gunmen. Police stations, railway lines and highways attacked in Pakistan's restive province of Balochistan. Baloch Liberation Army claims responsibility. Africa to receive its first batch of Mpox vaccines this week. Nigeria rolls out measures to contain the spread as the country records 39 cases of the virus this year. Janmashtami celebrated across India and the world. Festival commemorates the birth of Lord Krishna. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke with US President Joe Biden over telephone on Monday. The two leaders reviewed the significant progress in bilateral relations. The two leaders held an extensive discussion on various regional and global issues. PM Modi briefed President Biden on his recent visit to Ukraine, reaffirming India's commitment to dialogue and diplomacy and expressing full support for an early return to peace and stability. On Bangladesh, the leaders emphasized restoring law and order and ensuring the safety and security of minorities, especially Hindus. PM Modi and President Biden also reiterated their commitment to further strengthen cooperation in multilateral fora, including the Quad. Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Monday announced that 5 new districts will be created in the Union Territory of Ladakh. With this, the number of districts will increase from 2 to 7. The new districts are Zanskar, Dras, Sham, Nubra and Changthang. Creation of new districts will help take benefits meant for the people to their doorsteps by bolstering governance in every nook and corner of the Union Territory. The Chief Executive Councillor of Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council hailed the government's move and called it a historic decision.
I have with me the Chief Executive Councillor of Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council, Leh, Mr. Tashi Gelson. Mr. Gelson, would like to know from you about the decision of the Union Government today about creation of 5 districts in the Union Territory of Ladakh. What do you think will change at the ground?
It's a historic decision that has taken by the Government of India, headed by the Honorable Prime Minister himself and the Honorable Home Minister Shri Amit Shah ji. And this was much needed. It's a long cherished demand of the people of this 5 people living in this 5 newly announced districts area. This decision has been done keeping in view of the larger interests of the people and the strategic, strategic importance of this area. We always felt, there should be a decentralization of the power, and hence we always put forward the demand for creating these 5 new districts in UT Ladakh. And I would say that these particular steps will help to deliver governance at the doorstep and it will definitely benefit the people of Ladakh. It will create the opportunity for more employment.
There are many demands of the local people. They have been demanding from quite some time now. Do you think with this decision they will be satisfied now?
Every demand will be fulfilled step by step, gradually. This government never said no to anything. Whatever people demanded, they have given it. There are some demand which needs a thought process, which need a debate, keeping in view of the larger interest. Today is a significant step, one step forward towards making this union territory strong and better.
Mr. Gelson, thanks for talking to DD India.
Thank you so much.
Residents of Ladakh have expressed their gratitude to the Indian government following the creation of 5 new districts in the region.
It was a very good decision that has made, and this will lead to more effective and responsive government system. The district admins would be in a better position to address the priorities and needs of their specific communities, leading to more effective and timely actions.
Initially, we are very happy. We welcome this decision, and I believe that Turtuk will be created, upgraded as subdivision, which will eventually help the people of Turtuk, especially the border area, youth like me and the youth who has to come in and the people will be greatly benefited in terms of revenue-related services.
Russia struck Ukraine with over 200 drones and missiles targeting primarily its energy and railway infrastructure. The wave of attacks come 3 weeks after Ukraine started an incursion into Russia's Kursk region. A missile hitting a reservoir in Vyshhorod near the Ukrainian capital Kyiv. Aftermath of Russian missile strikes in Ukraine's Dnipro and southern Zaporizhzhia regions. Russia targeted Ukraine with more than 100 missiles and as many drones on Monday. The missile and drone salvo was Russia's most intense in weeks, leading to civilian deaths and striking energy facilities in Ukraine.
It was one of the biggest combined strike, more than 100 missiles of various type and about 100 Shahed drones, and like most previous Russian strike, this is just a sneaky targeting critical civilian infrastructure in majority of our regions in Kharkiv and Kyiv region.
Thousands of Kyiv residents flocked to metro stations to take cover. Zelensky also called on allies to stick to agreements to supply air defense systems and missiles. He also said that Ukraine and partners should make a joint air defense agreement to shoot down Russian drones and missiles. Russia too reported a drone attack on Ukraine. A video on social media showed damage to buildings in Russia's Saratov region. Russian officials said a woman was wounded and homes were damaged as a result of Ukraine's drone attack. Amid the escalation, Russia said the issue of negotiations has lost relevance.
There were no negotiations. As you know, the topic of negotiations at the moment has pretty much lost its relevance. There are a lot of reports about various contacts in the media, and not all of them are correct.
Meanwhile, Russia pummeled Ukrainian forces along the front in the Kursk region of western Russia. Russia is hitting back after Ukraine carved out a slice of its territory in Kursk after smashing through the western Russian border 20 days ago. Bureau Report, DD India. Dasha Cherneshova reports from Moscow.
That's right. The Russian Federation has been calling for the IAEA specialists to come and assess the situation on the ground when it comes to the Kursk region and the city of Kurchatov, where the Kursk nuclear power plant is located. But Russia has been repeatedly accusing Ukraine of carrying out what Moscow calls nuclear terrorism, with President Vladimir Putin repeatedly saying that there have been drone attacks by the Ukrainian side against the nuclear facilities in the Kursk region, as well as in the Zaporizhzhia region, where the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant is located. So indeed, there are many concerns. Most recently, there were the debris of the Ukrainian drone found near the spent fuel facility on the territory of the Kursk nuclear power plant, and several bridges have been destroyed over the river of Seym. So the understanding is that the IAEA group is there to assess the situation and to provide their conclusion as to the safety of the facility and how the Ukrainian side, well, at least in Russia's perspective, is operating there. However, Ukraine has been accusing Moscow of similar actions when it comes to the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. We understand that to this moment it is the word likely that is defining this whole situation, with 100 of Polish soldiers charged and tasked with finding the debris of that possibly drone. So it is yet to be established. Meanwhile, we understand that Poland has been on high alert ever since 2022, when the debris from the Ukrainian air defense system have crossed into the Polish territory, as they were active because of the Russian strikes against the Ukrainian military infrastructure. So we're yet to see how Poland will be reacting to that or bringing it up with Russia. Moscow wants to maintain the channels of communication with the West, but it constantly says that the Western countries have to take into account Russia's concerns. When it comes to this particular trip of the UN Security Council members to Geneva, the Deputy Permanent Representative of Russia to the United Nations, Dmitry Polyansky, was quoted as saying that this trip does look inappropriate, in his words, against the backdrop of the ongoing global events. He said that there are more important things to do, and this was the initiative of the permanent representatives that he said decided to spend good time in Geneva. Meanwhile, he said there are many hotbeds internationally that deserve the attention. So for Moscow, it is just the matter of being inappropriate at this moment when it comes to this meeting.
Festive fervour gripped devotees of Lord Krishna on the occasion of Janmashtami on Monday. The festival marks the birth of Lord Krishna and is celebrated with immense devotion and enthusiasm all across the world. Here's a report.
India comes alive with the spirit of devotion as millions across the country celebrate Janmashtami, the birth anniversary of Lord Krishna. From grand temple ceremonies to lively street processions, the country is awash in the colors of faith and festivity. Janmashtami brings together communities in a vivid display of culture and spirituality. In cities like Mathura and Vrindavan, where Krishna is believed to have spent his childhood, the celebrations are particularly grand. Thousands of devotees throng the temples, participating in rituals at the break of dawn till midnight. The temples, adorned with flowers, lights and intricate decorations, echo with the chants of Hare Krishna and Govinda. The reenactment of Rasalila, Krishna's playful dance with gopis, and the playful breaking of the dahi handi or pot of curd are the highlights of the celebrations of Janmashtami. In Maharashtra, dahi handi has evolved into a massive public spectacle, with teams of Govindas forming human pyramids to break the pot hung high above the ground. The event draws large crowds and the competition is fierce, with prizes worth millions. Children dress up as little Krishnas, adding a touch of innocence and joy to the festivities. In temples, elaborate tablets depicting scenes from Krishna's life are set up, attracting visitors from the community. The celebrations continue well into the night, with the moment of Krishna's birth marked at midnight being the most anticipated event. Devotees gather for special prayers and the temples reverberate with the sounds of conch shells and bells, symbolizing the divine moment when Krishna appeared on earth. Janmashtami is not just a religious observance, it is a celebration of the values and teachings that Krishna imparted through his life. As India celebrates this festival, it serves as a reminder of the timeless message of love, compassion and righteousness that continues to resonate with millions. Kriti Vadera's report for DD India.
Nepal celebrated Krishna Janmashtami on Monday, an annual festival observed in the Bhadra month of the Nepali calendar to honor the birth of Lord Krishna. Devotees flocked to Krishna temples in Patan and Basantpur, dancing to traditional Nepali music in the Patan and Basantpur Darbar squares. Nepalese President Ramchandra Paudel participated in the festivities by worshipping and performing prayers at the Krishna temple in Patan Darbar Square. Janmashtami celebrations and festivities are taking place across the country. Let's go across now to Mathura, the birthplace of Lord Ram. This is the Krishna Janmashtami temple in Mathura.
वे तो अपनी ही प्रबुद्ध आत्मा के द्वारा निश्चित किए हुए नियमों का अनुसरण करते हैं, लेकिन ध्यान रहे मर्यादाओं से मुक्त होकर भी श्री कृष्ण की स्वतंत्रता अमर्यादित कभी नहीं रही। कृष्ण स्वतंत्र हैं, मर्यादा के नाम पर कृष्ण कभी दमन नहीं करते। जो कुछ करते हैं वो खुलकर करते हैं, छिपाव के साथ नहीं, मुक्ति की घोषणा के साथ करते हैं। मुक्त होकर खेलते हैं, मुक्त होकर खाते हैं, मुक्त होकर प्रेम करते हैं, मुक्त होकर सेवा करते हैं, रक्षा करते हैं, युद्ध करते हैं और युद्ध से पलायन भी करते हैं। ऐसे भगवान श्री कृष्ण की आज उनके जन्मोत्सव का साक्षी बनने के लिए मथुरा के श्री भागवत भवन में उमड़ा हुआ ये जन सैलाब बता रहा है कि भगवान श्री कृष्ण आज भी हम सब के मन में रोम रोम में बसे हुए हैं। और मथुरा शहर में आज दिन में हमारी कैमरा टीम निकली हमारे साथी के साथ, अमित कुमार के साथ, कैमरामैन के साथ, विवेक शुक्ला और श्याम चौधरी के साथ, और उन्होंने पाया कि किस प्रकार से देश और प्रदेश के विभिन्न अंचलों से लोग यहां पर आए हैं। आइए आपको भी उनकी एक झलक दिखाते हैं।
मैं सुनील साहब कोलकाता से आया हूँ, वेस्ट बंगाल कोलकाता से आया हूँ।
This is the Krishna Janmashtami temple in Mathura, the birthplace of Lord Krishna. Janmashtami celebrations taking place across the country. Janmashtami is known by various names such as Krishna Janmashtami, Gokulashtami, Shri Krishna Jayanti and Krishnashtami. It is one of the most cherished festivals in India, and it is celebrated to honor the birth of Lord Krishna, the revered 8th incarnation of Lord Vishnu. While this festival is joyously observed across the globe, the celebrations in Mathura, which you are seeing on the screens, and also in Vrindavan hold a special charm, as these two holy cities are deeply intertwined with the birth and early life of Lord Krishna. Krishna Janmashtami temple in Mathura is associated with Lord Krishna's birth. It is adorned, as you can see, with stunning floral arrangements and vibrant lighting for the midnight rituals. Janmashtami is the largest festival in the Braj region of North India, in cities such as Mathura, where Krishna was born, and in Vrindavan, where he grew up. These are visuals of the Dwarkadhish temple in Gujarat. Krishna temples, in fact, are decorated and lit up on Krishna Janmashtami. They attract numerous visitors on the day and at midnight, as you can see. Krishna devotees hold bhakti events and keep night vigil. There's a highlight of Janmashtami celebrations, and that's called the Abhishek ritual, and that's performed at the exact moment of Krishna's birth at midnight. During this sacred ceremony, the idol of Krishna is bathed in a mixture of milk, yogurt, honey, ghee and water. The ritual is accompanied by the sound of conch shells, ringing bells and the chanting of Vedic hymns. After the Abhishek, devotees present 56 different food items, and that's known as Chappan Bhog, to Lord Krishna as a gesture of love and devotion. This offering is later distributed as prasad to the worshippers. Going back to Janmashtami festivities in Mathura, the birthplace of Lord Krishna, there is no better place to experience the magic of Lord Krishna's birth celebrations than Mathura and Dwarkadhish in Gujarat. The streets are filled with devotion and energy. The air is thick with the sound of bhajans and the scent of incense. One of the most exciting aspects of Janmashtami in Mathura and Vrindavan is the Dahi Handi event that is inspired by Krishna's childhood antics of stealing butter from earthen pots. hung high by his mother Yashoda and other neighboring women. And this event sees young men forming human pyramids to reach and break a pot that is filled with yogurt or butter. So that is a key attraction of Janmashtami celebrations. The Dahi Handi event is a lively celebration. It symbolizes loyalty, bravery and teamwork as it draws large crowds who cheer on the participants. Mesmerizing visuals of Lord Krishna from the Krishna Janmashtami temple in Mathura in the North Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. People thronging at the temple, a large turnout of people cutting across various sections of society and age groups throng at the temples today to celebrate the birth of Lord Krishna. In fact, the day after Janmashtami too is celebrated as Nandotsav. It commemorates a joyous occasion when Krishna's foster father, Nanda Baba, distributed gifts and sweets to everyone in Gokul to rejoice in Krishna's birth. On this day, devotees visit Nandgaon, Nanda Baba's village, to offer prayers and make donations to the needy. The festivities continue with various games and activities that honor Krishna's playful nature, ensuring the spirit of Janmashtami lives on. So all in all, it is an important festival, particularly in the Vaishnavism tradition of Hinduism. The celebratory customs associated with Janmashtami include a celebration festival, reading and recitation of religious texts, dance and enactments of the life of Krishna according to Bhagavad Puran. Devotional singing takes place till midnight, the time of Krishna's birth, and fasting, among other things. Some break the day-long fast at midnight with a feast, and Krishna Janmashtami is celebrated across India and abroad as well. Lord Krishna was born within a prison in Mathura in India, where his parents were constrained by his uncle Kams. During Devaki's wedding, Kams was warned by a celestial voice that Devaki's 8th son would be the cause of his death, and in an effort to defy this prophecy, Kams imprisoned his sister Devaki and her husband and promptly killed the first 6 of her newborns after their birth. But the guards responsible for keeping watch over Devaki's cell fell asleep, and the cell doors were miraculously opened at the time of Lord Krishna's birth. These events allowed Vasudev to send Krishna across the Yamuna river to his foster parents, Yashoda, his mother, and Nand, his father. This legend is celebrated on Janmashtami by people keeping fasts, singing devotional songs of love for Lord Krishna, and keeping a vigil into the night. Devotees of Lord Krishna wait for this day round the year to take the blessings of Lord Krishna and celebrate the festival of Janmashtami. The devotees fast. They make 56 different delicacies on this occasion, known as Chappan Bhog, and offer to Lord Krishna. Dahi Handi is a famous ritual in Maharashtra and other parts of the country on Janmashtami. So devotees participate in rituals and in Janmashtami festivities in different ways. And you can look at the turnout of people at the Krishna Janmashtami temple in Mathura, the birthplace of Lord Ram. And we are also showing you visuals of Dwarkadhish in Gujarat. Janmashtami is the largest festival in the Braj region of North India. Mathura, Vrindavan are some of the cities that are known for Janmashtami festivities. Preparations begin for Janmashtami weeks in advance. People from different parts of India and the world thronged to Mathura and Vrindavan. Mathura, the place where Lord Krishna was born, and Vrindavan, where he grew up, to witness the celebrations, to participate in the celebrations, to get gripped in the festive fervour. And devotees from all walks of life, from all age groups, from different parts of the world celebrate this day. There are many devotees of Lord Krishna who reside in different parts of the world. It's a special day for all of them. You can look at how people are queuing up at the Dwarkadhish temple in Gujarat as well as in Krishna Janmashtami temple in Mathura. Priests and devotees participating in rituals, making offerings, singing bhajans or divine hymns on this occasion. The temples are adorned with flowers, lights and decorations. It's a special day for devotees.
प्राण है भागवत का। बेशक कृष्ण रागानुरागी हैं, लेकिन परम वैरागी भी तो हैं। सूर की गोपियां कहती रहीं, मधुकर काके मीत भये, रस लेने के बाद इन्हें तो अनंत उड़ना ही है। कृष्ण काले हैं, भ्रमर जैसे काले, लेकिन भ्रमर नहीं है मित्रों। कृष्ण देखते रहे एक एक कर सबको जाते हुए। उन्होंने सब कुछ छोड़ा। उन्होंने कृष्ण के पैरों में गोपियों का कोई उलाहना, कोई उपालंब, कोई मोह की बेड़ी नहीं डाल पाया। भोग की गाथाएं रचकर योग पढ़ाने पाठ पढ़ा दिया उद्धव को, और युधिष्ठिर के यज्ञ में पैर धोए। अर्जुन का रथ आका, उग्रसेन के यहाँ सेवा की, ब्रज छोड़ा, वृंदावन छोड़ा, नंद यशोदा राधा मुरली सबको छोड़कर चले गए। अर्जुन के कानों में गीता का रहस्य घोल कर उसे भी छोड़ दिया। उद्धव और दारुक सेवा को आतुर थे, पर कृष्ण ने कहा नहीं, जाओ। ऐसे हैं भगवान श्री कृष्ण। देखते रहे एक एक कर सबको जाते हुए। शाम्ब, अनिरुद्ध, प्रद्युम्न, बलदाऊ सब अपनी अपनी राह पर बढ़ रहे हैं, अपना मार्ग चुन रहे हैं, अपनी गति को प्राप्त हो रहे हैं। कृष्ण सब देखते रहे। अद्भुत है भगवान श्री कृष्ण। कृष्ण पुत्रों और पौत्रों से भरे कुल में सबसे कितना असीम मोह कृष्ण को, लेकिन एक को भी नहीं रोकते, किसी को भी नहीं बचाते।
भगवान श्री कृष्ण के 5200
हम देख पा रहे हैं इस समय
मथुरा नगरी में
आपको हम दिखा रहे हैं। हमारी कैमरा टीम ने दिन में कुछ आपके लिए शूटिंग की और आपको हम वो दिखा रहे हैं।
So Janmashtami is celebrated with great enthusiasm across India, and these are festivities that you are seeing from the Dwarkadhish temple in Gujarat. It's about to be midnight in India, and that moment is coming close when Lord Krishna would be born. These are visuals from the Krishna Janmashtami in Mathura, the birthplace of Lord Krishna. Devotees thronging the temples in large numbers. The temples are lit up in various colors. There are decorations. Janmashtami marks the birth of Lord Krishna. At midnight, Lord Krishna is born. darshan is now taking place.
और इस समय जन्म की तैयारी, अर्धरात्रि का समय आप देख पा रहे हैं, कपाट बंद हुए हैं और अब से बस कुछ ही क्षणों में वो समय आने वाला है जिसकी प्रतीक्षा लेकर मथुरा में आज लाखों लाख श्रद्धालु उमड़ पड़े हैं। वो श्रद्धालु सचमुच बहुत भाग्यशाली हैं जो इस समय भागवत भवन में यहाँ पर उपस्थित। और देखिए, पट खुल चुके हैं, चारों ओर से भगवान श्री कृष्ण के जयकारे हो रहे हैं। भूमि तत्व, जल तत्व, अग्नि तत्व, वायु तत्व, ब्रह्म तत्व, व्योम तत्व, विष्णु तत्व, होली है सनकादि सिद्धि तत्व, आनंद प्रसिद्धि तत्व, नारद सुरेश तत्व, शिव तत्व कोटि है। प्रेमी कहे नाग और किन्नर को तत्व देखो, शेष और महेश तत्व नेति नेति जो ही है।
The festivities reached a crescendo at midnight, the time that marks the birth of Lord Krishna. These are visuals that you are seeing from Mathura, Krishna Janmashtami temple in the North Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. Devotees gathering in large numbers, celebrations peaking at midnight, marking the birth of Lord Krishna. Janmashtami celebrations taking place with great enthusiasm across the country, marking the birth of Lord Krishna. Temples and homes are adorned on this day and night with flowers and lights. Devotees fast, they chant prayers, they participate in midnight rituals, as you can see. The festival also features lively Dahi Handi events, showcasing Lord Krishna's playful nature along with cultural performances. In Mathura, thousands of devotees from across the country have gathered at Lord Krishna temples for Janmashtami celebrations. The chief among them being the Krishna Janmashtami temple in Mathura. Even the streets outside the temples are crowded with people who arrive early to participate in the festivities. And the festivities have reached a crescendo midnight onwards, marking the birth of Lord Krishna. Earlier, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath had performed rituals at the Sri Krishna Janmashtami temple in Mathura on this auspicious occasion.
उसका मेवा छोड़कर कैसे तृप्त होकर खाया था विदुर पत्नी के हाथों केले का छिलका।
Visuals from the Dwarkadhish temple in Gujarat.
बड़े ज्ञानी सखा हैं, उसकी वेणी गूंथने वाले ज्ञानी राधा से पूछिए।
Festivities taking place around the deity.
चला आता है धीरुरुयम, चुनर लहंगा।
The devotees are all enthused and totally absorbed in religious and festive fervor. The temples are adorned. It's a big day for devotees of Lord Krishna.
पर ये शास्त्र कहाँ सीखे? दोनों छोरों को पकड़ना, इन्हें तो बस कोई एक सिरा चाहिए मित्रों। और आज भगवान श्री कृष्ण का ये 5200
Krishna Janmashtami is one of the most popularly celebrated festivals in India, and Hindus particularly across the globe come together and celebrate the birth of Lord Krishna, an incarnation of Lord Vishnu.
पूरा भारत मना रहा है, पूर्व से लेकर पश्चिम तक, उत्तर से लेकर दक्षिण तक, सिर्फ एक ही बात, एक ही शब्द आज गूंज रहा है ब्रह्मांड में चारों ओर कृष्ण कृष्ण और कृष्ण।
These are visuals of Janmashtami celebrations from Mathura, the birthplace of Lord Krishna. In fact, these scenes are evident all across the country and even in Krishna temples in different parts of the world. It's a big day for the devotees who are enthusiastic.
पुष्पांजलि अर्पित की जा रही है श्री विग्रह को, क्योंकि इस समय चल विग्रह को
ceremonies and festivities taking place, particularly post midnight, marking the birth of Lord Krishna.
समाप्त हो सकती है और उसके बाद भगवान श्री कृष्ण का
The streets are full of devotion and energy. The air is thick with the sound of bhajans and the scent of incense.
चांदी की परात जिसे वल्लभकुल संप्रदाय में त्रिष्ठा कहते हैं ना, उसमें विराजित किया जाएगा, सतिया काढ़ा जाएगा, उसमें तुलसा दल रखा जाएगा, उस पर ठाकुर जी का चलश्री विग्रह विराजित किया जाएगा। लेकिन देखिए,
The celebratory customs associated with Janmashtami include a celebration festival, reading and recitation of religious texts, dance and enactments of the life of Lord Krishna. There's devotional singing till midnight and after midnight. There's fasting. Some break their day-long fast at midnight with a feast.
लेकिन यहाँ पर क्योंकि ये प्राचीन कटरा केशव वेद की परंपरा है।
So Krishna Janmashtami celebrations taking place in different parts of the country and also different parts of the world. We showed you visuals from the Krishna Janmashtami temple in Mathura as well as the Dwarkadish temple in Gujarat. With that, we come to the close of this edition of DD India News Hour. But do share your thoughts with us on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. You can scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Anand Bhattacharya from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India News Hour. Namaskar.